We hope you enjoy this rebroadcast of Risk On's highest-rated topics for the previous week. Todd and Jason will return next week with their regularly scheduled programming. And now, Risk On.
Hey, it's Todd Ault. It's March 8th. We are live for the first time. And let me be clear, we are not exactly new. We're new to the live game, so I appreciate everyone's patience there as we try to figure this out. Like I said, it's March 8th. This is Jason Bartholomew. I am Todd Ault, Executive Chairman of Ault Global. This is our 25th episode.
Yeah, already.
We're finally live, man.
That's pretty cool, right?
Let's get right into it. Has anyone been following this Mark Cuban? You can pay for your tickets in Dogecoin?
Yeah, I saw that.
And he thinks it's going to $1, he said.
Wow.
Mark Cuban said Dogecoin's going to $1. Now, I just want you to know that over the weekend, and I want you to verify, I don't know if I should have Skylar do it or not, but I just want you to know that I bought it over the weekend.
Did you trade it or you just bought it?
No, I bought it.
I see it. Okay.
I'm long.
Yeah, I see it.
I bought 110,426 Doge. It's actually up for me.
That's a lot of dogs.
I had no choice.
Yeah. So what do you think? What's your plan with that?
I don't know. As soon as I saw Mark say that, I went, I mean, it's a fool trade, isn't it? Probably.
I mean, yeah, it's like, I don't know, man.
What would you do if you were me?
I wouldn't buy and sell Dogecoin, but
I can't help it.
You were bored.
I got full FOMO. I'm fully bored about it. So there's Rocket. There we got 73 left.
Okay.
And we wrote some calls on Rocket.
Yeah.
So we really got 69,000 of those calls get it carried away.
Now Friday, how did you feel about Rocket? Be honest. Coming into today. I
was nervous today.
Yeah.
I'm really comfortable with it. I just don't get why there's some strange volatility I cannot get my arms around. The Dow's up huge, the Nasdaq's down. They're saying it's a switch to value.
Right.
And then you got Kathy Woods basically saying, "Hey, I'm seeing great opportunities to buy down here." I don't quite get it. Stimulus was approved, right? The House is expected to pass that.
Yeah, but the problem with the stimulus, it's a COVID relief bill that doesn't even address COVID relief. It's like 9% of the 1.9 trillion actually it's allocated to true COVID relief. Mm-hmm. So that the market really kind of picked up on that, in my opinion.
I want to go to Tesla real quick. If you bring up the screen, Brett. Brett, does Nick bring up some of these screens now too?
He's doing it today.
Oh, great. Nick, okay. I'll start saying Nick. Nick, can you bring up the screen, buddy? Anyways.
What a roller coaster for Tesla.
This is the month chart, and it's down $286.46 in a month. In 1 month.
Yeah.
It's down in the aftermarket where it's kind of flat. This is a big move.
33.72% down.
You could kind of argue there's already been a bear market in EV, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But almost since the day he bought Bitcoin.
Yep.
I mean, and if you go just back a little bit, this thing was $900. So add another 50 points to this or so, 40 points. And we're talking about near the, I mean, this stock is near lows here. Here's the 5-day. But look at the 1 day today, just today alone. So, I mean, there's 34.99. There's a lot of points out of this thing.
Give us the full disclosure.
And I stupidly didn't say, what?
The full disclosure on your Tesla position.
I'm long, I think, 2,000, about $1 million worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At about what? 5?
Oh, no. I bought down in the hole here. I've traded the heck out of it.
Okay.
And so my average price is I'm probably down $7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
wow. Okay.
Oh no, I've traded this thing to oblivion.
Gotcha.
I mean, because you can see it. Look.
Oh, I mean,
it was down here. I bought some this morning. It went up here. I sold some at 605, put a 610 order in, didn't actually get filled. This is one of those rare times where it went higher. I didn't get filled. I didn't know what I did wrong. So I got back to it. By the time I got back to it was 608. I sold a little bit more. I got down to 1,000 shares, and then it traded around. And then as it started getting clipped here, down to 590, and then 570, I bought some more, and then 565, I bought more. And when it got to 561, I'm like, okay, I'm buying more. And so, I think
it didn't follow Bitcoin today. It followed the Nasdaq.
Yeah, for sure.
And the SPY.
Sure,
I was watching it.
And I'm looking here to show you that you can see here. Let's see what my average cost is on this trade, because it breaks down what you have for that moment, right?
Yeah.
But my average cost is $576, so I'm actually down a little bit here. I'm down. It's marked down. It's marked at 463. I'm down a little bit, and I'm down around 17 here, and I'm 200 somewhere else.
Yeah, so that's fine.
Yeah, so there you go.
You're in good shape.
Yeah,
in my opinion, dude. I don't feel like sitting in a poker
Ever
room.
since you got this job, you're not going to play poker?
Well, in my
I don't want to
defense-
sit around in a poker room. I'm a professional poker player, but I'm not going to sit around.
You didn't let me finish.
Oh, Andrea, what am I going to do?
I don't want to sit in the casino with a mask on for 12 hours. That's what I was trying to say.
It's the mask that's bothering you.
I've been playing online.
Got it.
Yeah, I mean, I sent you a little bit of stuff when I play online, but no, I'm not sitting in the casino with a mask on for 10 hours with plexiglass surrounding me where I can't even talk to anyone.
So I saw the poker tables. They have like
so bad.
plexiglass between each player.
Like it's supposed to be a social game, and I can't even. I'm like, you can't even talk to anyone. What are you supposed to do? Like, you reach around the plexiglass?
But some states don't even care. Florida's, Texas, they're done. I think Georgia's done with it, right?
There's 16 or 17 states that do not have a mask mandate.
Right.
Do you think there's going to be a last longer between California and Nevada? Who do you think is going to be last to say you can take off your mask? I think California. California, Gavin's doubling down. You wear 2 masks. Let's try 3 masks. By the way, he's got the votes to recall that guy. They have the 2 million votes necessary. So, Gavin, be careful, buddy.
GWAC. Why'd you have me buy GWAC or guacamole? What the heck's the deal here?
That is on
GWAC. I'm going to enter it.
That's a SPAC.
Nick, if you could bring it up real quick. I got an email about this, too. What's the story with Good Works Acquisitions?
Yeah, that's a SPAC for Cypher for mining. It's going to be the largest miner in the world, in my opinion. Based on the data that I see, it's also going to be in America versus
America
and China. So
America.
This one's about a $250 million market cap. If you look at Mara and Riot, they're approaching a $2 to $3 billion market cap.
When's this deal closed? Do you know?
I'm not sure when it's going to close, but it should be within the next 30 to 60 days.
You had me buy this thing.
Yeah, I wanted to buy the warrants too, but I missed them. The warrants really went crazy.
Did they?
Yeah.
Once again, this is a SPAC. We're not recommending it. Just take a look at it. GWAC. Apparently, they're going to be in the mining business.
Crypto mining.
I said crypto mining.
Oh, okay.
Not really. I didn't say that. Actually.
But yeah, the warrants. Man, we missed the boat on the warrants. GWACW. Yeah, it's $2.23 a warrant.
So hey, I think there's a lot of opportunity here. Stuff is very inexpensive. Stuff is still some stuff is expensive. I'm still long Boeing and Icon Enterprises. But I think that there's stuff to start looking at if you see tech sell off like this.
Yeah.
How much has the story changed in terms of tech? Who's the most powerful? Okay, I got it. You don't get to guess.
Okay.
Till the end.
Okay.
I'm going to ask the audience to comment. Comment now. And if you comment right now and you come up now, my producer's watching. If you beat me to this, if you comment before I tell you who it is, who's the most powerful man in politics right now? Skyla, any guesses on who the most powerful man in politics are right now? No guess. No guess from the 20-year-old, soon to be 21-year-old. Superstar. Nick, any guesses on the most powerful man in politics? How about you, Brett?
I got a guess.
Okay. No, you got a guess? Yeah. Right now in politics. Josh, any guesses on the most powerful man in politics? Not Biden.
They're hiding Biden.
Who is it?
It's Joe Manchin.
Oh, it's Joe Manchin. He got it right. Oh, my God. Dude, you are a superstar. It's Joe Manchin. Let's cover. This guy is out of control.
Where, from West Virginia?
Dude, he's in control of the country.
He's on the circuit too.
Dude, he's got it,
yeah.
man.
Dude,
and I'm alive now. Yes, I was sleeping. Sorry.
Did you really? Did you doubt me? You didn't think I was going to get that? We didn't plan that.
We did not plan that for sure.
Promise you.
He is the strongest man in politics
for sure.
And did he not beat some around?
Dude, he doesn't. He's not like a partisan hack. He'll listen to.
So walk us through what he did this weekend, because he basically lowered the minimum wage to $300, right? Or not lowered. I mean, lowered the amount of unemployment you're going to get to $300. The benefits, right? And he's a Democrat in West Virginia.
Yeah.
And basically, he's the middle ground here.
He's a blue dog. For those of you that don't know what a blue dog is, this goes back to the old JFK days. He's a moderate. He's in Trump country though. But he represents the people there.
Sure. So
he has to make sure that he represents his constituents properly. He's doing his job. He's doing his job well.
He's in control.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, he literally is the most powerful guy. He controls the Senate now because you got it's right down party lines.
Yep.
Now, when he voted the other day, he voted with the Dems, though, right?
Yeah, he did. And the only reason it was 50-49 in favor of the Dems to pass the stimulus, the COVID relief. There was one senator missing on the Republican side. But
Every Republican voted no.
Yeah, had it been tie, Kamala Harris would have broke the tie.
Right.
That's why those Georgia Senate seats were so important.
But Manchin, he basically all those other Democrats kowtowed to him.
The
right?
$15 minimum wage that Bernie presented, that thing got squashed.
Right.
I mean, and the squad and the left wing side of the Democrats.
How does it play itself out? I mean, how does this play itself out with Manchin being the most powerful guy, basically in politics?
I just don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Like, who's trying to squeeze him? Schumer? I don't understand. Like, he's a man. He stands on his own, and you got to respect
I don't think
that.
anyone can mess with him.
No.
It's an interesting thing. And I don't think that when Biden got elected, people really understood how quickly he could flex his power.
I mean, look what's going on. How many executive orders has he put forth?
No, but Manchin said he would consider adjusting the filibuster rules too.
Yeah, I did see that.
He's got a lot of power right now.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing that
Hey, Skylar, did I scare you? Oh, because I came alive a little bit.
Yeah, Joe Manchin.
I was like, oh, hey, I'm just excited to watch that. I mean, it's really when you think something's easy.
Yeah.
Over the weekend, I was dealing with this Dr. Seuss thing, and of course, CNN's claiming it's an interesting situation. I actually saw some of the Dr. Seuss things they pulled, and they are a little offensive.
Do you know that the Obamas were reading Dr. Seuss in the White House to a bunch of kids? Did they get canceled?
No, I know, but some of the things are a little offensive.
Well, they're going after Looney Tunes now.
Are they really?
Yeah, Dr. Seuss is gone, man.
But it was actually Dr. Seuss's estate that pulled the books.
Right.
They didn't pull Green Eggs and Ham.
Right. But you can't shut this down.
I do not like Green Eggs and Ham.
Well,
I do not like them, Sam.
There's so many books out. What are they going to do? Burn books? They're going to get rid of them all? They just can't do it.
Sure. What's your risk on stock for tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're going to look at continuation of GameStop, KOSS, and then we're going to take a look at these tickers from crypto, SOS, one of them.
Hey, guys, it's March 8th. It's the 24th episode, or 25th, right? 25th episode of Risk On. We appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Hey, it's Todd Ault. It's March 9th. This is the 25th episode of what may be the greatest show about risk ever. That's a forward-looking statement and likely not true because we can't cover everything in 40 minutes. But Jason Bartholomew, my partner, what can we cover today? $52.40 up today on GameStop. Now, I just before you get into it, I've been doing this for 32 years. I have never seen something do what it's done. It has retraced 50% of its high loss.
Yeah.
There is something in the water here that is not explainable. I want you to understand, none of you know what's happening. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Any of you who think you know, all you, what are they, Wall Street Reddit people?
Yeah.
You don't know. You're right that you have, your guys are on it. You're smarter than us. There's no question. And you guys have done some analysis. There's something up. But we don't know why. I mean, there's some sort of perfect storm brewing here where you got a company worth now $12.5 billion plus that was trading for nothing this is the fact that it's holding on volume and volume and volume.
And it's actually ripping after hours. I mean, well, it's up 5.
It's up 6 more in the after hours.
Yeah.
564.
I mean,
all right, I'm going to let you cover this. Tell what's happening in the world of Reddit, of Wall Street bets, and why is the stock at $252.94?
I can tell you this.
In the aftermarket.
The autists on Reddit are definitely they're more honed in on GameStop now than ever before because it looks like they're just putting all the distractions from other tickers aside, and they're just unifying around GameStop. And they like the fact that the former PetSmart gentleman Ryan Cohen is his name,
right? But he's Chewy.
I'm sorry. He's actually come out with the e-commerce plan for a new strategy. So there's a lot of momentum with GameStop now.
Tesla was severely oversold, as we talked about.
For sure.
And I want to be clear. I want to go over this for a second. It did what I wanted it to do. What I said was you saw a multiple day slide. You saw a slide into the hole. You saw some conviction from Cathie Wood, and I thought there'd be a snapback rally.
Yeah.
41 points I was happy with.
Yeah.
It was nearly a 9% move overnight. Did I know it was going to be a 20% move?
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, I sold it too early relative to where the information is today, but it did exactly what I wanted to, and I had a large position on, so I'm happy with it. And I would argue to all of you, if you're trading, you should have a plan.
Yep.
Otherwise, you get stuck in names like sometimes I do.
KPMH. Excuse me.
KPMH.
So, so we had the plan. It was executed. We took profit. We felt good about 9%. So, yeah, let's move on.
So, what about Sundial today?
It looked like a big reversal into the close. One of the
up 17.8%.
One thing I want to talk about was the country.
Oh, wow, it did rip into the close.
Yeah, Mexico looks like it's going to be the largest legal consumer of marijuana.
I find that interesting that Mexico is going to smoke marijuana.
Yeah, the whole country.
Every as a citizen, you must smoke weed in Mexico.
I don't know if it's a prerequisite to enter there, but
it's a rite of passage, like a burrito or a taco.
Sounds reasonable.
Maybe. I got to tell you, I had a burrito this morning. Oh my God.
Oh, you really?
I love Mexican food.
So yeah, Sundial actually was leader on the cannabis stocks today into the closing bell. Just want to keep an eye on it for an overnight idea. Looks like there could be a lot of international trade here possibly and some acquisitions in my opinion. Sundial does have that large shelf in place. $1 billion.
Yeah, they could do a deal at any time,
They could definitely do a deal. Now, they do have a ton of outstanding shares, over 1 billion. So it takes a lot to move this thing. It's always a target both ways for longs and shorts. Shorts like to, get involved in any of these pops because they know it takes a lot to move this ticker. But let's keep an eye on Sundial into tomorrow and see what happens, see if there's any conviction in this move.
Got it. Why don't we talk about Robinhood? I would love for you to cover that today.
All right, let's get into that.
Let's talk about Robinhood.
Senate Banking Committee. The Robinhood is being scrutinized by, I find this to be two different outlooks. Obviously, it's partisan. So let me explain to you the Democrats' side of the equation. They are suggesting that maybe the financial transaction tax would be cool, and it would possibly stop the passions of retail traders, and it would allow, Chris Van Hollen, Democrat, said it would generate billions of revenue we could use to invest in other Americans. That's what he said. Not sure what to think of that. Republicans argue, particularly Tom Tillis, that a CBO report stated a tax could reduce investment returns, market liquidity, and weigh in on the overall value of the stock market more broadly. So here we have an ideology of, two different styles. One is tax everything. Being successful, it could be considered evil. That's one side of the equation. The other side of the equation is, hey, let's allow to have free markets, free trading, and let's try to encourage investments. And let's not hinder that with more taxes, because let's face it, the taxes that we're paying now aren't being allocated properly, in my opinion, when it's going overseas, it's going to pork. 9% of the COVID relief stimulus bill is actually being allocated to actual COVID relief. The rest is not even involved with COVID. So
I just want a commentary on a little bit on this idea that you'll tax trading.
Right.
So the retail investor feels the Robinhoods, the Wall Street Bets people believe that they don't have an edge, that they've been cut out, that institutions have an advantage. And now we want to tax trading on the very retail investors that are finally getting their own mojo. If I were you, if I were a Wall Street Bets guy, how would you feel about the fact that you guys are finally making some money and have access to the same information, commission-free? Order flow, you're either going to pay a commission or you're going to let them sell the order flow. There is no free lunch. And so this makes no sense. Why do we want to kill the most efficient trading market in the world? It's not perfect. Mm-hmm. You're not going to get a perfect market. But why does the government want to hurt people by thinking that taxing trading would slow it down? That doesn't help. Efficient free markets help. Let the average person be able to trade for I say it's free. I trade on Robinhood all the time, and I don't see any execution risk whatsoever. I'm very sensitive on price. I put my orders in, I get filled right away. I don't know what you're saying. You guys are making up problems. The Democrats, the Republicans, stay out of trading. Get out of the way. I don't know what you're even thinking. You built an efficient market, the most efficient market in the world. Get out of the way and let the regulators do their job.
Can I just raise one more point?
Sorry. That was a rant.
Yeah, it was a good rant. So the actual money that Americans are investing and trading with, that money's already taxed. It's already taxed. Whether you have a job, a W-2, a standard job where you're paying federal tax, you're paying Social Security tax, you're paying FICO, all that is already being taxed at an effective rate depending on where you live. Now they want to take that money that's already taxed, your net income, and they want to tax it again on financial transactions. It's just
every time you buy and sell?
Yeah, that's
it's
absurd. Small tax. He said a small
tax started off with California. Let's have a gas tax of 5 cents. Now it's literally like half of all the cost of the gasoline.
But now you know what's good about that is actually I have you here now. You're actually here. You said California, enough's enough. You picked up your entire family.
I did, in my company.
And you're here.
I'm here.
That sends a clear message, and you're not the only one that's doing that. Elon Musk moved to Texas, for God's sakes.
Austin, for sure.
So here we go. So you have policies that are failed, and then you have consequences from those policies.
And they keep wanting to double down on them.
Sorry, guys. I'm really passionate about this stuff.
Why do you want to double down on taxing financial transactions?
Yeah.
I'm all for paying. Why don't you collect the actual income tax that you actually charge people?
And you know, we're paying capital gains too, short and long term.
It makes no sense
How
to me.
can you? They want to rig the game. The bureaucrats want to rig the game so it's so you have.
Don't let the individual investor make any money.
Right.
Don't let them have any power. And when they get some power, take it away from them by taxing them.
It's like they're the casino. They want to.
It makes no sense.
It's crazy. It's blowing.
Why
my
do
mind.
you want people? I don't care whether. Listen, there's always you can't protect everyone from themselves. There's always excess. There's always the person that overtrades or does something foolish. But the vast amount of people have benefited from commission-free trading. Robinhood has helped people get online.
Yep.
It has allowed them right from their phones to be able to trade and buy stocks more than ever, participate in the capitalist economy. I don't know what I get great trades from Robinhood. And I'm buying some decent size, and they do fine. There's this idea that order flow and somehow Citadel is doing something wrong. You're either going to pay a commission or you're going to pay for order flow. It's not either or. I saw JP Morgan's going to introduce a structured product that allows people to put Bitcoin in their portfolio every day just by buying one product.
God, that's amazing.
So you don't even have to buy Bitcoin. You can buy a product that's a synthetic.
Yep.
You hearing the theme here?
Yeah, and also, well, the Canada has the Bitcoin ETF, and I'm sure
we got to have one coming, right?
Yeah.
Right. We're off the screen, right, Nick? We got to have a Bitcoin product coming ETF eventually, right?
OTRK is just, I'm dumbfounded. We should be trading this stock right now.
Well, what is that on? It's
That's
on
the
track.
one I told you about. It was over.
That's on track, right?
Yeah.
So they used to be called Orasure.
Yeah.
They had a test kit. What's so exciting about them?
I just know this is like a trade that right now is going on. All the chat rooms, all the social media. It's just one of those things that I know it's going to run. So maybe we'll look at it for an overnight. I'm not suggesting you buy it, but we're just taking a look at it.
All right,
now.
No one knows what that is.
Yeah.
So I want to get back to this. I really want to stay on it because it's getting to a point where it can't be ignored. Yeah. I mean, it went back down to 46, came back, and that's 54.
India kind of backed off a little bit on their assessment.
Right.
They kind of like it was pretty.
But does this? There are people saying it's going to end the year at 100,000.
I don't doubt it, to be honest.
And I know really smart people that think it's going to 1 million.
There's a lot of new mining going on too. You know, a lot of the terahash is being United States now. There's China before was the leader in mining, obviously.
Sure,
but now
United
with
States is catching up.
Yeah, I mean we've got a few different big miners coming on board, especially the other ticker we traded today. What was it? GWAC, I think it was. That was that's a SPAC.
That's a SPAC,
yeah.
right?
So that's siphon mining.
So I'm asking you, what do you think is going to happen with it? What's your take on the adoption? Because it's kind of running away. I know that Janet Yellen's not a fan of it.
No.
But it seems like it's running away. It's getting everywhere. It's perfusive. It's in Square. You can buy it. You can trade it. It's going to be in Venmo.
Coinbase going public.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah. There was PayPal makes it really easy. Venmo. So yeah, it's being adopted everywhere. You have the ability to. What needs to happen is it needs to become more mainstream in America, so day-to-day folks can be comfortable using it as a form of payment. I mean, for example, silver, the metal.
But
coins,
do you think it's going to be a form of payment or just a store of value?
No, I think it'll be a form of payment also. I really do, like fractionally.
It's like I can break up my gold?
Yeah. I mean, you could technically use silver to buy goods and services in several states in America. People don't do it. And that's the same thing we're at with Bitcoin. Like, people aren't, for example, there's a strip club in Las Vegas. You can pay dancers with tips with Bitcoin. Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
So I think Floyd Mayweather owns that spot. Don't quote me on that.
He owns the actual strip club?
Yeah, don't quote me on that. If you know for sure, comment down below. But I think
Floyd, do you own a strip club?
I think he owns that, and it's a crypto strip club.
Is it called Crypto Strip Club?
No, that'd be interesting.
What's it called?
I don't know. We need to look it up. We need to do
Skylar, do you know the name of that strip club that Floyd Mayweather
Our
owns?
researchers, we got about 7 minutes here. We need to come up with that information. We're both new to Vegas, so bear with us here. We don't know everything.
I'm new to living to Vegas.
Well, living in Vegas.
But I'm not new to Vegas.
Well, I'm not new to Vegas either, but
I've been to Cheetahs once in my life.
I live in the poker
twice.
rooms when I'm here.
Do you?
During the summer, it's 100.
I heard you don't play poker anymore.
No, I'm kind of
I used to
retired.
introduce Jason as a professional poker player, former Major League Baseball player, but in the minor leagues, and trader. But now I get to say, not a poker player. And what's up?
Here's what I do now. I crack open a Rockstar or a Monster at about 11 p.m. and start looking at the market, and then I try to stay up as long as I can.
It may be the worst thing they ever did is they start trading at 1 a.m. It really is not good for us. Boy. You can't help it because there's big variances.
Listen, maybe
those of you people who are on Webull and you're on Interactive Brokers, it's kind of hard to avoid that some of the names you want to trade are trading differently at those hours. They are. I mean,
yeah. Let me.
There's a lot of pre-market stuff going on.
Let me ask the audience something, and the producer might be interested in this. Would anyone be interested in watching us live stream at the crack of dawn at 1 a.m. in the morning, showing some of our trading situations?
God.
Come on now. Would you do it for the people?
Yeah, I would, as long as no one had a camera on me.
We don't have to make a habit of it.
I look bad now. Imagine what I look like at 1 in the morning. Jeez Louise.
I'm just thinking if we went live.
It's March 9th, 2021. It's the 25th episode.
26th.
You said 25th.
2 live.
I lied.
26.
Oh, it's the 20th. Is that true?
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, it's the 26th episode of Risk On. We're getting better with the show. We did it live. We want to do it right away. We don't want to have to wait for that edit. We want to cover the markets. It was a rocking day today. We're long Rocket Mortgage, long Rocket Companies.
Yep. We're
long Bitcoin. We will see you tomorrow. It's March 9th. We'll see you tomorrow. Hey, it's Todd Ault. This is Risk On with Jason Bartholomew. It's going to be a calmer day today for us because the whole morning was exciting.
It was pretty wild today.
It was. Hey, it's March 10th. This is the 27th episode of what may be the greatest show about risk ever. Now, that's a forward-looking statement. Unfortunately, 40 minutes doesn't cut it to talk about risk. But in accumulation of time, it will. Yeah, okay, so where were we?
GameStop.
Oh, my God. This stock defies all generational logic. I don't have any clue what the heck. I mean, this thing was so volatile today. It was back to 200 at one point.
I mean, I see 172 to 348 today's range, and about at least four halts that I saw. A couple halts on volatility up and a couple halts on volatility down. And actually, when it went to 340, that wasn't good enough for the diamond hands.
Yeah.
They held on.
They did.
But then it looked like there was a lot of pressure down, and it did actually go down under 200 again. But
198.
Yeah, so
we're still on the screen, Nick, right? Like, Nick, let's stay there for a second.
But you can see, like, where's all this capital coming from? Because they bought the dip.
It's unlimited capital.
Unlimited.
Yeah, someone has unlimited capital to trade GameStop, nonstop.
And it's not on margin.
Now, I saw on CNBC last night them talking about. So this is the question with GameStop. This guy from Chewy, Cohen is his name.
Yeah.
He put his money where his mouth is, and he's going to help them transform digitally. I found it. I heard an interesting thing that GameStop could potentially create like a junior league of gamers, and all the GameStop locations would become like the place you went to play League or something.
Oh.
Like you went to the location and you were like in training leagues and sort of get people on that platform. They'd all offer multiple platform of games.
Yep.
I don't get it because you got, pardon the pun, Steam, who has a head of Steam. Mm-hmm. They didn't buy Steam, which they should have.
Yeah.
Microsoft, PlayStation, these people are pretty established. The gaming business on in-game purchases on apps is really about half the business. I don't get what they're going to do. They're going to do something because you said it really clear. There's something up with GameStop we don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand it. It's crazy.
We don't get it. I don't get it. If anybody understands it, and you can't just say, well, because people are buying it. Like, what's the transformational issue with the business?
The amount of money rotation into this stock is mind-blowing.
It is mind-blowing what it's doing.
Yeah.
And it's, if it were a pump and dump, and I hate that word, pump and dump, but if it were a pump and dump, there's been pumps and dumps and pumps and this is crazy.
There'd be like GameStop carcass laying all over the digital like stock market. It's nothing.
GameStop is a one of the most unique things I've ever seen trade.
Today, I just enjoyed the show. I didn't trade it. You didn't trade it.
I thought about it for like 8 seconds.
Yeah.
And then realized I didn't know what I was doing.
I remember
simply cannot understand.
When it halted down, I'm like, dude, Todd, look at this thing, man. And it's I thought it was left for dead when it dropped back under 200. And then like it unhalts and just snaps back to 250. I'm like, this is incredible.
What else you want to cover?
Of course, AVEO on your far left.
Okay. Now, I'm going to let Jason, do you want to tell them the truth? Or
I don't want to see the after hours price right now.
Okay.
It's $16.
Do you want to tell them the truth or not?
Yeah, we can tell them the truth.
Okay. Nick, let's go to the screen here.
That's where we're about full disclosure.
Okay. Well, we're going to tell them the truth.
All right.
So this is one thing that Jason does really well, one of many. Jason has some screeners, and up on the screen came that this thing got approval from the FDA. And you kind of knew it right as it was happening,
yeah.
right? So people must have been paying close attention to that, waiting for that to happen.
You have to make a decision right away, though.
The stock was like $7, right? Wasn't it at one point? It was up $7.20 today.
Yeah. Well,
And
you can see it right here on the one day.
So at 10:58, it gets halted. Not 10:58, the time frame. 10:58, the dollar amount.
Right.
Closes, halted. Jason says, let's buy a few thousand at 11:50.
This just happened, by the way, at 3 o'clock.
This happened
Eastern
in
time.
the last hour.
Yeah.
Okay. This is so real time. I want to be clear with you. In fact, what I would like to do, if it's possible, is we'll bring up the trades tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can bring up the actual trades and put the chart up. So this is today, and Jason comes into my office and says, you got to buy this right now. It's halted.
It halted for an extraordinary
So I have the
amount of
halt
time.
right there.
Yeah,
I have
right.
So Nick, let's stay on the screen. I have the halt. You see it's 10:58. Okay.
Right.
Now, Jason has no plan for this. The volume is 298,000 at that level for that trade, but volume's coming in. They halt it for volatility risk or volatility, and
Huge.
I put an order in to buy 10,000 at 13.
Yeah.
Not a smaller amount at 11.50.
Right.
Because I'm thinking this is going to rip. You're usually right on these things, and you were right. So let's just be clear. You've been right on. Okay.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden the stock's rocketing. Oh no, excuse me, it's halted.
No, it was halted.
Halted. And so we have an order in at $13.
Yep.
Now, either you got to describe this. What happens next?
Well, so I was obviously more conservative. I was just trying to get greedy and catch a crazy entry. It halted at 10:58. I said 11:50. Let's just put an order in for 2,000 or 3,000 shares. And I passed the idea to Todd, and this is where Todd is just.
So I put an order in to buy at 13. It's 12.51.
Yeah, but how much did you put an order in for?
10,000.
10,000 shares.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So it immediately, when it opens, it's open for literally a millisecond.
Yes.
And it's 14.50, but we got filled at 13.
Yeah.
True story. I'm going to put it up on the screen tomorrow. I'm going to pull all the trades. So we get filled at 13. It's 14.50. Halted. Halts again at 14.50.
Yep. Yeah.
So it says 13.79. It's halted. 14.50 on the screen. That was the high of the day.
Right.
There's not even there. So then the thing opens again.
And it pulls back
Pulls
hard.
way back to 11.79, and I buy 16,000 more.
Yes. Pedal to the metal.
Pedal to the metal. So now we have 26,000. The portfolio is rather large, So 10,000 is not really going to move the needle. Let's buy more. We buy 26,000. And
So-
it takes a little bit of time, and it rallies past our price here. It starts to rally to over $13. And at that point, we have about a $20,000 plus gain.
Yes.
All hell is breaking loose because we don't know where it's going. It's very volatile, as you can see. I think we sold the last one at $13.45.
Yeah.
We're out of all 26,000. Now we trickled out a little bit, but you did have me at the end sell some big blocks, like relative to the size of the position, 5,000, 6,000. We sold some. We got some down. I want to bring up another name because everyone knows here on the show who watches the show that I got long GE at $12. And by the way, GE. So Nick, let's pull the screen up. This is today. GE lowered guidance.
Yep.
Do you know much
Are
about
they
that?
selling the?
They're the leasing business.
Yeah, that's
right.
what I
The
saw.
aircraft leasing
Okay.
business. So GE is transforming itself, but what's even crazier is I heard they're doing a massive reverse split.
I did not hear that.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're going to reverse down to having 700 million shares, and I believe they have a few billion right now.
So 5-1.
I think it's a pretty big reverse split. Yeah. The stock's going to be somewhere around 100. I think it's 10-1.
10-1. Wow.
Right. So the stock's going to be around. Look, can you do me a favor? Can you look up real quickly? But just put in GE reverse because don't want to mislead people here.
Yeah, for sure.
But I believe the stock is doing a pretty big reverse. They're asking shareholders to reverse the stock to go down to 700 million shares. It is a big reverse.
8-1.
8-1.
Yeah.
So an 8-1 reverse on GE. They obviously are unhappy with the price. They want it in more institutionally held hands because obviously a lot of people are trading it. They're making some changes here. It's a pretty big. It's a pretty big flip here. Yeah, 8-1. And they're winding down their GE Capital business too. So this is a lot of changes taking place at GE. I will look into it. Let me give you shares of GE on Wednesday slumped after industrial conglomerate confirmed a $30 billion deal with I can never say it right, AER Cap Holdings. While also surprising is a 1-for-8 reverse split. GE, which hosted an analyst meeting on early Wednesday, provided guidance in which the range was adjusted. The earnings a downbeat. The ranges for free cash flow were lower than expectation. GE fell pretty. I mean, I think it fell pretty hard today. Relative, it was 14.17 yesterday.
Yeah, I mean it's over 6% fall total.
The reverse split will decrease the number of shares outstanding. The more typical companies, which comparable to our market capitalization, the company stated.
Yeah.
It's a big reverse for GE.
Yeah, that's big.
And it's really widely held. And GE was one of the original Dow components and left the Dow a few years ago. And people, when they left the Dow, it was a really big deal for GE to leave the Dow. And quite honestly, they were right.
Yeah, I remember they had a division in Schenectady, New York. I think it was a turbine division. When I was going to school in Albany, I remember there was a lot of jobs there. It was a very, very big job creator for the capital region in New York.
So the restructuring of GE continues. And I was pretty shocked. 8-for-1 reverse.
Yeah.
I would have thought they would have, they're trying to put the capitalization of the company in terms of number of shares outstanding relative to the size of their business being a $100 billion business.
Right.
They don't want to be a $100 billion business at $13.
No. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it might be more, get a little bit more exposure to the everyday swing trader for sure.
Stock's going to be $130, give or take, $120, $12. Well, it's going to be around that range, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, give or take $100 plus dollars.
But I mean, it's still, you'll probably be able to buy it on margin too. So there'll be some leverage there.
The revitalization of GE continues.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's a story we'll pay close attention to. As many of you know, I thought GE was breaking out, and it did. It was a good trade. What can you do about it?
Total COVID relief once this bill is signed.
1.9. We didn't even cover that.
No, $6 trillion.
No, but we didn't cover that it was passed.
We're
going to
cover
signed, right?
Yeah.
Got it. Sorry. Wow. Let's go. Let's cover that.
So yeah, 1.9 trillion sent back to the House, passed. It goes to the president's desk. He'll sign it. I don't think there's any reason for him not to sign it. He said that the people that file taxes using direct deposit, that were entitled refunds. They'll be the first to get their stimulus payments of $1,400, and that should be in the next 2 weeks, according to media sources. So I looked at CNBC. It appears that the total COVID relief is poised to hit $6 trillion once that's passed and allocated. That's a lot of dough.
Yeah.
I would venture a guess that not all of that dough went to the American people. Would you agree with that or no?
I would agree.
Yeah. So we have a problem there with the allocation of funds. This current $1.9 trillion.
Should run for Congress.
Yeah, maybe I will. Only 9% of this is actually allocated to actual COVID relief. It appears that MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell is launching his own social media company after he gets canceled cultured from Twitter.
We should have him on the show.
We can get him on the show.
Autonomous.
We'll get him on the show.
I love MyPillows.
Dude, let's get him on the show.
Hey, you got to come on my show, Mike Lindell. I on Autonomous. Actually, Jason, we'll have a bigger. We'll both interview him because I know you're a fan.
Dude, he's got a great story.
Does he?
Yeah,
he does.
You know, he shut down his factory just to. He didn't shut his factory down. He actually reconfigured his factory so he could produce masks and PPE for, I guess, the American people.
Sure.
So yeah, that was huge.
Was it a MyPillow mask?
I don't know, but it was.
Was it like a patented fill?
I'm not sure.
Because he says he has a patented fill.
Yeah.
Right.
I need to order.
I actually
some
have
products.
some MyPillows. What do you think of the market here? What's your risk on stock? What do you like?
Can I convince you to buy back AVEO?
Oh God. KMPH is my risk on stock. I like that. There's rumors. I think they have earnings tomorrow. They have a new ADHD medication. I am long for full disclosure. Obviously long Bitcoin for sure. And hey, it's March 10th. This is the 27th episode of Risk On. We're grateful you're watching. We love doing the show. We're going to extend the show to 50 minutes, 56 minutes starting next week. We appreciate you, Brett, Nick, Skyla, Josh, my friend Jason. This has been Risk On. We'll see you tomorrow. Hey, it's Todd Ault. It's Risk On. It's the 28th episode. It's March 11th. And I love today. It was fun. Did you have a good day?
I had a great day.
I did too.
Yeah.
The rout in GE continues. GE was $14, broke out from $12. They restructured that deal, which I like, by the way, because not only did they get $24 billion, and they've then at that point have reduced their debt by $70 billion.
Yeah.
They become a pure industrial play. Your GE capital is effectively gone, but they still get 46% of the upside in the new company that trades publicly on the New York Stock Exchange. So it makes a lot of sense. They're going to get paid, offload all that, and then still get upside. So when the jet recovery continues, the economy continues, they're going to participate in that leasing company that's making a lot of money leasing those jets out.
And then the 8-to-1 split also. Today was the biggest drop I've seen in 9 months, I guess, for GE. And you took advantage of that. So
you know what's when it went to 13 yesterday, I actually did something kind of. I'll explain this to the audience. We follow so many tickers that sometimes in one account I'll just buy 100 shares of everything I want to follow.
Right.
Which may seem like an oxymoron, but I put on 200 yesterday. It was down $190, $7 or something today. But it brought to my attention that it was approaching 12.
Yeah.
And it was. I look at things in levels in terms of level 1, level 2, level 3 in terms of oversold, and so it got to kind of a pretty close level 2, deep level 2 when it was 2 full points down on GE.
Yeah.
And it's at $12. I love the CEO. I think he's a very smart guy. The people that are running it now are very intentive. He has put his own money there, and he's trying to streamline and make GE an industrial giant again in the sense that it's not burdened with that heavy debt. So they're kind of unwinding all the stuff that they did over the past couple decades, but to streamline GE. So it's making sense to me. He's deliberate. And so I want to own it if it goes down. So this is one of those rare times where I keep adding to it. Now, I overloaded it a little bit because when you see acceleration, what am I doing? What kind of host am I?
Yeah, let's pull this up.
I am terrible. Sorry, guys. I know many of you out there think I'm terrible. That just validates your point that I am terrible.
While you do that, I'm going to look at it here just for a second.
Yeah, let me
I wanted
bring
to
that
check
up.
some data that I don't think you're going to have available to you.
So GE, okay, so closed it. It's at 220 in the aftermarket, but closed at 227. Nick, are we on the screen? So this is the 1 day, and what I'm trying to say to you here is let's look at the 5 day and see if this works. It does. So you see it broke out. We'll go to the 1 month, okay? Let's stay on it. So you can see how it broke out at 12, right? It dipped down a little lower, and then once it broke out and stayed above 12, it rallied nicely here, all throughout here up to 14, and then you see it get whacked yesterday, right? That's a very big pullback back to the 12 level. So I'm going to go back to the 1 day and show you that here I am, DE kind of nibbling at 1250, but very lightly. I accelerate. As it accelerates down, I accelerate my nibbling. I'm nibbling more and more as it gets to what's called the figure. The figure is a round number. So 12 is the figure. If you're down from 13, 12 is the figure. And it literally, in trading terms, the figure is a round flat number, right? Trades back up a little bit, but still not anywhere close to 13 because it gapped down.
Yeah.
And if you see it nibble way off here, and as soon as it breaks through 12, and see, it's not even showing this. There it is, 196. I saw 197. It was hitting hard into that 12 number, right?
Yeah.
And so below 12, I started market ordering it, and I got a nice lift on 20,000 extra I put on, and I took it all off at 1220, 1225. 1226 actually. Just I was hitting 1,000 lots at the time to take that 1,000 down, and so I was able to scalp about $10,000 today.
Yeah, that's nice.
And leave myself 40,000, which I'm still long. And not that I'm excited about it, but am I willing to take a dollar hit to lose 40,000? So then I'd be buying at 11.27.
Right.
Would I be willing to buy an additional more at $10 or $9?
Right.
I would be in pain being down 60,000. But I would double up.
Yeah, for sure.
And I want to be long GE. So this is now like a Boeing to me, whereas I average into Boeing, I want to get long GE. They're pissed. You can see the market's not liking the deal right now. They're not liking that they lowered guidance.
Yeah.
But I think that they had to lower guidance to exceed guidance. Now, my play there with GE is that let them get the leasing thing out of the way and get that done. By the time 2022 comes along, industrials are stronger, and they're going to be repositioned.
Well, what's your plan for this long position you have though? Because generally, are you planning on holding through the split?
That I don't know.
Okay,
that I don't know. If it doesn't rally before the split,
yeah, because generally it does. Generally, tickers do rally before splits, but then once it splits and then everything gets changed, shorts generally. Now this is general. Shorts love to take that opportunity to pile in.
In this case, though, they're going to go down to 700 million shares.
Right.
They'll be more in line with an industrial of their size.
Based on this, it'll be about $100 a share.
Right, and I'm more comfortable with that because it's really an institutional name.
Right.
And this is truly, hey, instead of that pizza having 8 slices, can I have 16? Or in this case, instead of that pizza having 16 slices, could you just cut it in 4?
Yeah.
So I'm not really worried about it. In a traditional small cap name, you usually see those things reverse and then trade back down to where they were.
Big time. It's scary.
It's scary to watch that happen.
So,
And trust me, unfortunately, I've been through it during bad times, and it can happen. I'm not a big fan. I personally, I think I've only been part of 2 reverses in my lifetime, and it was not something that I enjoyed. It was very ugly.
And the piranhas come out; they're just ready. If you can find shares that you can short sell on those tickers, they do it. Hey, so, I wanted to talk a little bit. Are you finished with GE?
No, I just want to say that I'm going to monitor this position for a long time and probably write calls against it.
Okay,
too.
yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. Let's move on.
That's awesome. No, that was great insight on that.
I feel like we're in no man's land. This is concerning me.
Wait, regarding the market.
The market is in no man's land. Here's why.
I thought you were talking about Biden.
As we approach May, you've got the stimulus now that's out there, but I don't know how much is baked in the cake.
Right.
You got a few months of this Japanese carry trade, which is going on now because Crota, I never can say his name, the Japanese guy, the minister, he left the band narrow. So now there's a spread to buy treasuries that's the carry trade's back on.
Right.
And I think it's a full percentage point, right? So they're going to be buying treasuries. There's going to be pressure on the treasuries to be lower. The oxygen went okay. We're in no man's land right now. And Biden hasn't done a press conference or anything in how many days?
50. That's a world record.
A world record or a U.S. record?
An American record.
Yeah, okay.
But he's the leader of the free world. So
my concern is that once earnings are out, and a lot of them already are out, what do you have for a while? You're in no man's land, right? You're kind of unknown.
You've got inflation, whether they like it or not.
You got crypto approaching 60,000.
And that's because of inflation, in my opinion.
Right. I'm worried about. So I actually looked at all the names I have, and I tapered everything back by half. So I was like, if I had 15 names, I went down to 7. And I'm right now, instead of this broad, like I'm gonna paint a big broad brush, I'm gonna do a little more spearfishing.
One idea that I'm not recommending, but URG.
What the heck does that mean?
You'll see. We're going to get to this.
What does that
one.
mean?
You were so busy today, I couldn't even give you this.
What does that mean? You're not recommending, but you're talking about
because it's for entertainment.
What is this?
It's uranium energy.
It's $1?
Yeah, it's $1.14.
What is there, like 8 billion shares outstanding?
No, it's going to be an infrastructure play.
Why do you like it?
Because of Biden's infrastructure policy. It's going to be for energy.
Is uranium a buy?
Yeah, it's nuclear power is, obviously after Fukushima and all that stuff, it's kind of been taking a beating. But yeah, nuclear power is back in play. UR Energy is in play. So I like the stock. Yeah.
How many shares outstanding? Do you know?
Not off the top of my head. This market cap's probably 150 million if I had to guess.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
So I can tell you actually.
It's a URG, right?
Yeah.
So we're not recommending it, but we are recommending you take a look at it because it's a uranium play.
Actually, 215 million market cap.
Right, so it's got a big market
188 shares, 188 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was the 52-week low? Do you know?
52-week low was 27 cents. 52-week high was
Ouch.
$1.57.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't feel good. I'm going to buy 1,000 shares so I remember to talk about it tomorrow.
Okay.
I just did it.
Nice.
Look at that. I'm long this Your Energy.
Did you?
Your Energy.
The weed stock sector we didn't get to talk about. It looks like it's pepping back up. Mexico is going to be fully legalizing marijuana.
I heard Scott is consulting in Mexico for marijuana. Is it the growing? Do you actually teach people to cultivate and actually cut the bud or not? She knows how to do that, she says. Of course she does.
Can you coordinate a bunch of team members in Spanish on how to do it? Because maybe we could find
Donde está Mexico pot? Whatever. I couldn't speak. I took like 2 years of Spanish. I couldn't speak. I can speak un poquito.
You speak like Spanglish.
Spanglish? Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's cover the politics. We only got a few more minutes.
Governor Cuomo has 6 accusers now.
Oh, jeez.
So, the Me Too movement, right? He should be canceled, right? Why is he still in office?
Hey, be nice, man.
I'm just asking you a question.
He's a governor.
Okay, great.
He's a powerful man.
It looks like the Attorney General of New York, Letitia James, she's going to be assigning 2 special attorneys to investigate all claims. And it looks like there's support for that. So we'll see how that goes for the governor.
Is that the Democrats eating their own?
Yeah, it could be considered that. But why, Biden, 50 days, no press conference, no State of the Union. I kind of feel a little...
By the way, I didn't realize that. Why is there no State of the Union?
Nothing.
What's going on with that? Has that been the case before, that we haven't had a State of the Union?
No.
We should look into that.
Yeah, there's
no State of the Union at all.
And like 52 executive orders, which is 10 times the amount that Barack Obama or Donald Trump signed.
In the first quarter.
Yeah.
Because Donald Trump eventually was like executive order everything.
No.
I executive order that you golf at my golf course. I executive order that when you travel on Trump Airlines. I mean, come on. No?
Do you think he did a lot of executive orders?
I thought he did.
We're going to find out right now because I don't think he did that many.
Hey, listen, I'm anti-political. I'm independent. I'm kind of down the middle.
I don't know if I believe WikiLeaks, but let's see.
Well, you can't. WikiLeaks isn't. That's not.
Or I'm sorry,
WikiLeaks, that's
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia. What's wrong with you? This is a weird show.
Okay, 69. And Biden's done mid-50s in his first 2 months. Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, 69.
Should we fact check that? Call Don Lemonhead and ask him?
You can go to federalregister.gov and look at all 69. There you go, right
Only
there.
Brett got that one.
So, Don Lemonhead. Yeah, but he's host with Chris Cuomo, whose brother's in big trouble, allegedly.
I don't know why that it's relevant that his brother's in trouble just because he's the host.
Because during the pandemic, he would have them on air and they'd be laughing and having a good time, and then the nursing homes were just suffering.
I got to cover
a
couple of things that are important to me. Lightshed yesterday came out with a report, and they put a price target of AMC at what price? Can you say it?
On AMC?
What was the price they set?
It's
a full setup, so guess anything you want.
40.
They put a price target. Lightshed put a price target of AMC of 1 penny.
Oh, that's right. 1 penny.
penny.
That's right.
$5 billion in debt. They said they'll never pay it back. Now, these Lightshed people have been pretty damn smart.
Wait, Herschel Walker. Trump urges him to run for the Georgia Senate. Would you support him?
I love Herschel Walker.
Yeah.
I love when he played for the New Jersey Generals, by the way, which were owned by Donald Trump.
Yes, that's correct.
I love Herschel Walker. He played for the Dallas Cowboys. He
Georgia
played for the Minnesota
Bulldogs.
He's a Bulldog. Let's go, Herschel Walker. I'll support you. Hey, Herschel Walker, if you run, I will contribute to your campaign. We'll raise you money.
Yes.
We'll raise you money?
Yes, we will.
We're going to raise you money if you run for, was he running for Senate or House?
Senate of Georgia.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
All right, the rest of the time is yours.
What time do I have left?
We got 20 seconds.
What do I got?
5 seconds.
5 seconds?
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, it's Risk On. It's the 11th of March. It's the 28th show. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow. Hey, it's Todd Ault. It's March 12th. It's the 29th episode of what may be the greatest show about risk ever. Now, that's a forward-looking statement if I've ever heard one, and probably completely false.
We got to go with it, though.
Jason Bartholomew in the house. What's up, brother?
Another exciting day here.
Today we put on some trades, dude.
We put on...
I feel almost high with how much we put on. We are long ammo. We are long POWW for those home gamers.
Wow.
We are believing in bullets. We are long bullets for sure.
So those of you that were with us yesterday, I think we were talking about POWW. We've been talking about POWW for a while. I remember I introduced the idea a couple of weeks ago when they came out with news regarding the acquisition potential of gunbroker.com, which is going to add a nice piece to their puzzle.
And they're building a new plant in Wisconsin, right?
They are a $12 million facility in Wisconsin for more manufacturing.
Well, last night, with the stock at $6.87, they priced the deal at $5.
Yes.
I tried to get into the deal. Deal was oversubscribed. I bought 737. Yeah,
737.
737.
We got Boeing on the mind.
I got Boeing on the mind.
Yeah. We're going to get to
Bought
that.
737,000 shares of a little lower. Got a profit. Ammunitions is what it's called. Weird name.
Ammo munitions.
Ammo munitions. All right, whatever. POWW, we are long the stock. We own it. And we've been talking about it for probably 29 episodes.
Yeah, we've been all over this because we just realized that there's, in the current situation, the current climate politically, there's been some unrest. There's just a lot of people that are just needing to buy some ammo.
Every gun owner I know says to me, "Oh, ammo is hard to get."
Yeah, even law enforcement.
So you had this run all the way up to $9 and some change.
Yep.
A pullback and a price of $100 million. Now they've got fuel in the tank to fill that backlog and to grow this ammo business. And they make some pretty unique ammunition.
Yeah, they signed a LOI for some, I think it was in Spain. There's some biodegradable shotgun shells. They did an agreement to sell those also.
They sell bullets, too, where the tracer can only be seen by the person shooting.
Yeah.
Which I think is unique. Yeah, I don't know how that happens.
That's pretty amazing.
I wouldn't want to be on the other side. Hey, I apologize in advance. I got a couple hours of sleep, and I can barely control myself here. I think that something happened with the computer.
Oh yeah, we'll fix that. So and going back to this price point in their competition, all of their competition from a stock standpoint, they're all big. Like these are like $20 and $30 stocks.
Yeah, obviously that's not a direct transfer to what this should be.
No,
but I think these guys got $70 million outstanding.
Yeah.
And they have an LOI to buy gunbroker.com, which opens up 6 million people to potentially buy ammunition from them. Yeah. So I think that these guys are doing pretty well. And go ahead.
The actual the balance sheet of gunbroker.com too, the EBITDA and the revenue that they are creating it's a win for. I think it's a win for POWW.
Let's look at Boeing today. Now, for those of you who listen to the program, I'm gonna 2 fingers up here. Here, let's see here.
Bottom left corner to click.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah,
okay.
There you go.
All right, Nick, can you bring it up on the screen? All right, so everybody that pays attention to the shows knows that we own about $1 million of Boeing. It's now about $1.25 million of Boeing, about $1,250,000 worth of Boeing.
Yeah.
As the stock was up over $17 today.
Yeah.
And is solidly up over $50 what we paid for it.
Can we show? I want to discuss the chart with the radio listeners.
Okay, definitely today. I mean, this thing was up and to the right. They got another order from an investment group for the Supermax.
Yeah, I saw they have an investment by 777 Partners to buy 24 more 737-8 Max.
Right.
So
it's really solid for Boeing. And if you look at the last month, and I'm going to pull that up here.
There you go.
There's the chart up
Yeah.
and to the right. You know, we bought a couple dips here in February. We averaged in, and then it's off to the races.
So for the listeners, it was mid-February. It was 210 or so. Now it's mid-March, and it's 270 almost. I mean, that's a nice steady gain. And of course, as the economy opens back up, as travel opens back up, you're going to see hopefully some balance sheets improve from the airline industry, and some of these orders are going to start coming in.
Yeah, we literally are a believer, and we're a believer when we talked about this really in the beginning of this is the 29th episode. We talked about that we thought that the wind would get to their back, they'd lift off a little bit, all the cliches you could think of. Because the company survived without borrowing capital from the government, and they really repositioned themselves and lived through what is a double whammy of the Max, and then COVID. So you got to think if you're alive after that, you might be good to go, right? And keep in mind, there's really only two major choices for airlines to buy jets, and Boeing. You know, they have. I can't believe I'm going to say it the way it sounds, but Boeing apologized for what happened.
Yeah.
They changed management.
Yep.
And hopefully that won't happen again. But we're really big. I think this is a $350 stock. I said earlier in the week about Governor Newsom. We've been talking about Newsom for a while. What's the status? I know we have enough. I'm not in California anymore.
Yeah.
I know they have enough votes to recall him. What has to happen?
Wait, are we done with stocks? Because I'll go full bore into like this stuff. I'm pretty passionate about this stuff. Are we done with stocks? Are we going to touch base?
We're going to touch base on stocks in about 10 minutes.
All right, let's talk.
But for now, we're talking Newsom.
All right, let's talk. We're going to talk about the coastal
politics, taxing trading.
Yes.
Why are we going to tax trading? Already dollars. Hey, if you got any comments on this, please comment on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, please comment, ask
We'd
questions.
love to hear from you on what you think of taxing trading, whether recalling Governor Newsom makes sense.
So Newsom and Cuomo, the two coastal elite governors of this nation, are under serious fire right now.
Ouch.
Yes. Newsom, let's start with Gavin. They definitely have the necessary 2 million petition signed for the recall efforts. But
he's opening stuff back up right now.
Why do you think he's opening stuff back up?
He'll be fine, right?
I don't know about that.
You think the Democrats in California are gonna torch him?
They have enough signatures, so
You think they're mad about him going to dinner at French Laundry?
yeah, and just no mask, just do as I say, not as I do.
Do as I say, not as I
That's
do.
the coastal
Nancy
elite.
Pelosi,
Yeah, that's the elite philosophy.
Let me not wear my mask while I get my haircut all by myself.
Yeah, here's your $1,400 crumbs. Don't worry, we're going to give 9% of that to COVID relief, and we're going to spray the rest of your tax money all over the world. Don't worry, you'll be just fine. Can you tell I'm a little upset?
Mildly.
Anyway, Cuomo's in way worse shape than Newsom. Newsom is like, Newsom's sitting in the hole with pocket aces. Cuomo's got 7-deuce offsuit. He's got very limited outs. If he doesn't hit the flop with like trip deuces or trip sevens, he's going down. So Cuomo actually today, AOC, Jerry Nadler, the little elf with the oversized suits, they called for his resignation. You think about that.
Jerry Nadler called for Cuomo's resignation.
Yeah, I have a quote from
But
Nadler.
Nadler's in the Congress.
Doesn't matter. These guys
Why are they talking about the governor?
Because they represent New Yorkers.
Oh, because he's a New Yorker,
Absolutely.
too. Okay, sorry, that makes sense.
No, it's okay.
All right.
So, ready for this quote from Jerry Nadler?
Oh, no.
That little elf with the oversized suits. I just despise that guy.
Oh,
just my personal opinion. Quote, Governor Cuomo has lost the confidence of the people of New York. Governor Cuomo must resign, end quote. Jerry Nadler, today.
Ouch.
That's strong.
Not looking good.
They're eating him. They're using him as their, he's the sacrificial
Now, he's not
lamb.
married?
I'm not sure about his personal life.
Skylar, can you check and see if Governor Cuomo's married?
I do know he has 6 accusers, just accusers, okay? Nothing proven, but he also has the big problem with underreporting the deaths at the nursing homes in New York. That's a huge issue.
I didn't really want to get into this, but I will just spend a second with it.
Okay.
So is the concept that he is the governor, so he's not allowed to ask anybody out on a date if he's not married? or because he's in a position of power as the governor, all New Yorkers should kowtow to him. Therefore, he can't ask anyone out because it would be offensive.
Okay, number one, I don't even know where to start with this.
Well, I know, but I'm listen. I have 2 daughters.
Right.
My daughter is I don't know if I can call her an executive, but she's moving up the ladder at Amazon.
Sure.
And she has to deal with men all the time, and she tells me things that can be difficult.
Yeah.
And I know they can be difficult, right? But he literally.
Yeah, I don't think you have what the accusations are. I don't think you understand.
What are the accusations?
The accusations are sexual harassment, groping without consent, stuff like that. Not asking.
Okay, if you grope. Okay.
Okay.
Groping.
Yes, yes.
Does groping mean you touch the person's shoulder, or you just touch the body in any way as a grope?
Some of the complaints were accusing.
I just think guys need a manual now. I'm married 18 years. I don't have to worry about this part, right?
Yeah,
and,
true.
And the employees that work for me, I don't harass any of them except for my niece Skyla, who works with me, because she harasses me back. So I just harass her a little bit. Just kidding around, by the way.
But honestly,
it's a joke. Okay, can we joke a little bit? My point is that I don't have this problem, but I think guys that are single kind of need a manual now. And if you're in a position of power, you better be damn careful, because apparently if you are in any kind of position of power and you say anything that's off color or whatever, there may be a problem. Now, you say he has 6 accusers, but he's talking to people all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know.
Well, here's the thing.
There's no political out for me on
No,
this.
the main point is, so it's just a double standard what they did to Supreme Court Justice Kavanaugh when they were confirming him. So it's a double standard. People are seeing it, but the thing that confirms that there's a problem is when the Democrats themselves are actually calling for his resignation. That's just the point I'm making.
No, I got it. There's some actually interesting comments that are on our YouTube channel live right now. Did you see that? Can you see that comment?
What does Dumpy Man say?
Dumpy Man TV.
What's he saying? I'm curious.
He says they are changing the story. What are they saying? They're changing the story
with the story.
They can prove the senior citizens died from direct politics. What?
Yes. No, I see your point, Dumpy Man. That is you're right, exactly. The nursing home situation where they underreported the deaths, and when we had the Mercy ship in the New York harbor, and they refused to send the COVID patients there, and they sent them back to the nursing homes. Mr. Dumpy makes a good point. Though that's hard factual information. Mr. Dumpy? Dumpy, I apologize.
It's Dumpy?
Mr. Dumpy.
Oh, I thought we were saying Dumpy.
Hey, producer, we gotta
let's
send Dumpy Man some gear.
Yeah, we need to get you. We're gonna send you some merch.
We just butchered his name. I totally apologize.
Dumpy Man TV.
And I see exactly where he's coming from.
We're gonna send you some stuff. What do we got left, Brett? 30 seconds.
That's a good enough time.
I love this show. We covered AMC. Yeah.
That's enough time to thank everyone for joining us, putting up with our nonsense, a little bit of our chaos.
29, right?
I really appreciate everyone
the 29th
listening
episode of Risk On, and we're getting better. We admit there are times we make some mistakes. We're learning what to do here. We're super grateful for Brett, Nick, Skyla, Josh, Jason, my partner, all the listeners. And by the way, 22,000 people have subscribed to the channel. We're grateful. We'll see you Monday. Take care of those people on Sunday. Have a good Sunday.
Thank you.